Very good morning, children. How are you? I hope you are all safe. Here I am safe. I'm doing well. Today again, I came in front of you virtually to teach one more part of the lesson. In the last class, we have learned some of the terms associated with both the lenses like convex and concave and using ray diagrams. I hope you remembered all the terms. Keep those in the mind when we draw the ray diagrams, children. Okay, today we are going to continue the next part of our lesson, refraction of a light at curved surfaces. So to know the formation of image by lenses, we need to know the behavior of light rays when they meet a lens. Though we know that lens has two surfaces, while drawing ray diagrams, we have to consider the lens as a single surface element because we already assumed that the thickness of a lens is very small, either in the case of a convex or in the case of a concave. And that shows the net refraction only on one of the surfaces only. We have to consider. In the last part, I have told to assume the arrow indications for both concave and convex lenses. And one more point also I told that if you see ray diagrams outside from of your textbook, you find lenses only, respective convex and concave lenses. One more thing, to find out the position and nature of a image formed by both the lenses, we have to use only two rays of light coming from the top of the object whose path after refraction from the lens are known to us and easy to draw. Easy to draw means the bottom of the object is always assumed to be on the principal axis of the lens. This point you have to remember, children. So any of the two following rays of light are usually used to locate the images formed by both the lenses. So these we call them as rules for obtaining images in both concave and convex lenses. Or we can tell a behavior of a certain light rays when they are incident on the respective lens, irrespective of concave or convex lens. So when the image is formed at that point where at least two refracted rays meet or appear to meet. So we will continue by observing some of the rules or the behavior of the light rays when they are passing through different points in convex and concave lenses. Dear children, uh, do you remember we have learnt before getting into the image formations for concave mirror and convex mirror, we have learnt few rules there. Similarly, in the convex lenses as well as the concave lenses also, we have to undergo with rules. If you know the rules, it is better that you will understand everything in detail. If not, you cannot get the image formations. So coming to the rule 1, so what is this? A ray of light passing along the principal axis of a convex lens. After refraction through the lens, the light ray goes undeviated. So what is this? Just listen. So you have remembered the convex lens representation in the before online video class. So the same thing here, representation is here like this. So when you come to this, what is this? This is F1 and this is to F2. This point is nothing but related to C1 point and this is the principal focus. Already we have discussed a few definitions in the last part. And this F1 is at a distance halfway from optic center to C1 or to F1. So here F2 is one more principal focus on the other side. This is also a halfway distance between optic center and 2F2 point. We can call 2F2 point as C2 point also. C2 and C1 are the center of curvatures. I hope you have to remember those all terms that should be used here now. So when you see this, this is your principal axis. Already I told the principal axis perpendicular to the lens surface. So whenever a ray passing through the principal axis, what happens? It is a normal. So whenever a ray is incidenting normal, for the plane surfaces, we remember that I is equal to 0, R also will be 0. Similarly, whenever a ray passing through the principal axis, I is equal to 0, R will be 0. That is the case. We see here that after refraction, it is going undeviated. So I hope you have understood a ray passing through the principal axis or along the principal axis of convex lens after refraction through the lens, the light rays goes undeviated. Now coming to the rule 2, just see a ray of light passing through the optic center or optical center is same only children of a convex lens goes straight after refraction through the lens. So here we can represent the lens in this way also or in the arrow way also. Whichever you feel better, you draw the lenses. It's not a compulsory that you have to use arrows as represented in your textbook. Wherever other than your textbook, you find the lenses here like this only representation. So here this is your principal axis. Here F, and here I can make this F as F1 when you're drawing ray diagrams. This will be F2 children. So what is this? A ray of light passing through the optic center. The optic center is here. So it goes straight, means here also is going undeviated. So we know a ray passing through optic center is one of the normal. When I have explained the conditions starting, you remember so. So a ray passing through the normal, that means I is equal to 0, R will be 0. The same thing applied in this case also. So once again, what is the rule 2? A ray of light passing through the optic center of a convex lens goes straight after refraction through the lens. What is rule 3? A ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis of a convex lens passes through its focus after refraction through the lens. And this is the things already we have learned in the introduction. Whenever a ray passing through the lens, and that is parallel ray, it passes through focus. That is principal focus ray diagrams you have learned. Similarly, that is applied here, children. So what is the first rule, children? This is a ray of light parallel to the principal axis. When it gets into the lens, what is happening after refraction? It passes through the focus. Okay, this when you are drawing the ray diagrams, you follow one pakka idea. What is that? This will be F1 and this will be F2. Remember that. Okay. So once again, a ray of light which was parallel to the principal axis of a convex lens passes through its focus after refraction through the lens. Now when you come to the rule 4, what is this? A ray of light passing through the focus of a convex lens becomes parallel to its principal axis after refraction through the lens. So if you see here, this is your lens. This is as usual. This is f1 point and this is f2 point. A ray passing through this focus becomes parallel after refraction. Okay. Now I hope you have understood this rule. A ray of light passing through the focus of a convex lens becomes parallel to its principal axis after refraction through the lens. So now these are the 4 rules what we have studied. So once again, I'll recap the rules. First one is a ray which is passing through the principal axis, it goes undeviated. Second one also a ray which is passing through optic center, that also goes undeviated. Third one is a ray parallel to the principal axis. After refraction, it passes through the focus. Now that comes to the fourth rule, a ray which is passing through the focus. After refraction, it becomes parallel to the principal axis. 3 and 4. So 3 and 4, they are converse to each other. Okay, remember that, children. Now the rules for obtaining images formed by concave lenses. So together I am telling the rules, children. Keep everything in the mind, ma. So first rule, children, a ray passing along the principal axis of a concave lens goes undeviated after refraction through the lens. So it is similar to your convex lens thing only. So once you observe the arrows, your arrow indication, this indicates it is a concave lens. In this case also a ray which is which is passing through the principal axis goes undeviated after refraction through the lens. This is as similar as your convex lens condition. So now the rule 2, if you observe here, what is rule 2? A ray which is parallel to the principal axis of a concave lens appears to be coming from its focus after refraction through the lens. Okay, this is your diagram representation for concave lens, and this is your optic center, children, and this is your you have to take here, this is your f1 and this will be your f2 ma. So now what is given here, if you see a ray of light parallel to the principal axis, so this is a light ray, so it is diverging. What is a concave lens? Actually it is a diverging lens, you know that. So it is the light ray after refraction, it diverges like this. So actually what is happening here, if you see, to a person who is standing here uh, in the right side, the refracted ray of a light, this refracted ray appears to him coming from this focus, so which is situated on the left side. So already we have discussed it will be a virtual focus. Here that is the reason. See, left side focal point. Actually, what is this broken line? This is broken line is nothing but it indicates a virtual condition. That means virtual focus. Already virtual focus, real focus, everything I have discussed in the last part. Remember that. So once again, what is the rule here? A ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis of a concave lens appears to be coming from its focus after refraction through the lens. So if you see here, a ray of light passing through the optical center of a concave lens goes straight passing through the lens. Goes straight after passing through the lens. That means here if you see, already we have discussed in the convex lens, a ray passing through the optical center goes straight. That means we don't find any bending. Because already I have discussed this condition. Ray which is passing through the optical center, that is nothing but a normal. So I is equal to 0. R is equal to also 0 will be there. So that's why it goes straight. That means undeviated. So coming to rule 4, area of light going towards the focus of a concave lens becomes parallel to its principal axis after refraction through the lens. So this is a ray of light going towards the focus. See, it becomes parallel. This is similar to your uh, second case, a ray which is parallel to principal axis appears to come from a focus. Just converse of that rule here. So here also same thing. The things you don't forget, children. So what is this? A ray of light going towards the focus of a concave lens becomes parallel to its principal axis after refraction through the lens. So here also we have discussed four conditions. One is a ray passing through the principal axis, and second one is a ray parallel to the principal axis appears to come from the focus. Third rule is a ray passing through the optic center goes undeviated. And coming to the fourth rule is a ray of light going towards the focus of a concave lens becomes parallel to its principal axis after refraction through the lens. Why I am so much of stressing each and every rule? Because each and every rule is important for your image formation ray diagrams irrespective of concave and convex lens. That time I will not ask you. If I am in the class, I'll ask you and I will make you to tell which rule we are going to apply in this condition. Because I am going online, so I cannot ask you every time which rule I have to apply here and what is the condition there. So that's the reason you all keep every four rules for concave and a convex lens. When we are doing the ray diagrams, it is very much important for you children. Okay. So children, today we have learned uh, rules or the situations to draw the ray diagrams in future. So these four rules are very much important irrespective of both the lenses in concave and convex lenses. And I have found many of you have drawn the ray diagrams very well. So with the same continuation, I want this video's assignment also similar. And one more point you have to remember, in ninth standard I made you to draw according to the scale. Few children have taken the scale also. Now also I'm telling once again. So if optic center you take it as O or C, whatever, it's no problem. From the lens to f1 you take a scale. Similarly f1 to 2f1 you take similar scale, children. Similarly on the left side also, so optic center to F2, you take one scale. F2 to 2F2 also you take one scale. So the scale should be uniform. Then only you get all the rays perfect drawing. Already I have made you to practice for the mirrors in 9th standard. So please recollect those. If not, I'll tell once again. From optic center to F1 or F2, you take 1 centimeter or 2 centimeter. If you take 1 centimeter from F1 to 2F1, 1 more centimeter you take. If you take 2 centimeter optic center to F1, it is 2 centimeter. Then F1 to 2F1, it will be 1 more 2 centimeter. So accordingly, you draw according to the scale. Then only your image formations will be perfect, children. This is a note point. You have to make a note. I will see how many will draw now these ray diagrams perfectly. Okay, children. Thank you. I will meet you again in the next online video class.